Hey guys, I'm Combat Craig and I'm a 100% disabled Desert Storm veteran. Today's topic is your relationship with your VA disability claim. Before I get started, I'm not an accredited agent or affiliated with the Department of Veterans Affairs in any way. I make these videos to educate veterans, so this is for educational purposes only. Please do not use anything I say as medical or legal advice. Also, if you need help with your VA claim, sign up below at combatcraigwins.com. All right, so your relationship with your VA disability claim. What the hell is this guy talking about? You have a relationship with your disabilities, whether you like it or not, whether it took you a lot of Jack Daniels and drinking for years, decades maybe, before you actually realized you had a problem, but you have a relationship with your disabilities. So why not have a relationship with your VA disability claim? They're similar. They're intertwined together, right? Your disabilities happened as a result of your active duty service. So your VA disability claim, is also there with your active duty service. So think of it like one of the relationships you've had with your wives prior to getting a divorce, right? Good times, bad times, worst times. You neglected your marriage, and then she's like, I'm over you, divorce time. So that's kind of what I did. In the beginning, I divorced my VA disability claim. That didn't work out very well for me. And I'm going to be making a lot of references to my experience because I know my experience. And that's something that I can kind of keep bouncing back to. So don't want to talk about myself and my claim too much. Just kind of, want to give you guys some ideas. So as with any relationship, this is going to take hard work. That's one reason why I chose to use this, your relationship with your VA disability claim. It takes work. You might get help from a VSO or accredited agent. You might do it yourself using, our education-based resources or learning on your own, or you might hire a lawyer, something like that. But you're going to have to roll up your sleeves and put in the work. This is a relationship with you and your VA disability claim. At the end of the day, the VSO is going to be gone. The accredited agents, the lawyers, 10 years, 20 years, you're going to end up with your VA rating, and you're still going to have to maintain your VA disability claim, even if you reach 100% permanent and total. You're not technically protected until you have the same rating for 20 years. And this is a disability, so you're supposed to be getting better. So this all ties in. You're going to have to roll up your sleeves and be prepared to put in the work. Get your hands dirty. Don't have somebody else get their hands dirty in your VA claim for you. I mean, that's cool if you need help or whatever, but you should be doing the majority of the work, and you should be making all the calls. If somebody else is making calls for you or doing things on your behalf, at a bare minimum, you should understand what they're doing, what regulations that falls under, what are the pros and cons. Like I said, this is your relationship with your VA disability claim. Your relationship, not theirs. So pay attention. Be involved. So with the internet, it's not like it's up and coming. It's been going on for a while, late 90s. But with, us educating each other and sharing information and stuff, you're going to see a lot of veterans that had success in their VA claim. And I'm one of them. The key to success is hard work. That goes for anything. Whatever you're, in your business, in your marriage, I'm sure you put hard work into your failed marriage. Whatever it is that you do, successful people put in hard work. Along with that hard work, a little bit of luck is helpful, or good karma, or something like that. That's awesome. Good luck comes to those that put in the hard work. So, if you have your sleeves rolled up and you're learning the VA claims process and you know what's going on, you're going to see opportunities. Things are going to snap into place for you. Maybe you'll get a call one way or another in your favor because you've been doing the hard work. So it's important stuff. Again, you got to live with the outcome of this thing. So what's a few examples of good luck? Well, one comes to mind. You position yourself, so you build a solid VA claim based on medical evidence, and it does stand up to scrutiny. Let's say it gets denied. You got to submit a higher level review, denied. You add some new and relevant evidence in a supplemental claim, denied again. Then you have to go to the Board of Veterans Appeals. This is where some luck can come into play. It's not really luck, it's the law. If you do things legally, grounded in medical evidence, this could rule in your favor. I would call good luck, good fortune, whatever. If you've been fighting your claim for 3 years, but on your initial claim, you built it right. So when I went through the whole BVA process and stuff, they're like, oh yeah, boom, claim approved, remanded, new C&P exam, 100% P&T, back pay this veteran. That I would consider that a little good luck or a little good fortune. Have you ever gone to marriage counseling? You seek outside help for your relationship. So you could see it better. That's the whole point of marriage counseling. I went through it. They're sitting there, my ex-wife at the time, she's saying things that I know and probably tune out. And I'm saying things, and they're in the middle, like, they don't have an agenda other than they're trying to get your money. But you know what I mean? I was too close to my marriage. I couldn't see what kind of damage I was doing to it. So same thing with your VA disability claim relationship. You may find yourself too close to it. You might not be able to see everything, see around every corner, put all the pieces together right. So you might need some outside help. And if that's the case, totally fine. Again, just remember, anytime you bring somebody in to help you, make sure they're actually helping and make sure you understand the pros and cons of that help. All right, I want to run through my story, my experience. I know I made a lot of the same mistakes that you are about to make or you might have made. So, I'll just let it rip. I started having problems in Desert Storm. I have PTSD. I'm a combat veteran. When I got out, I didn't know what the VA was. I might have heard about it. I didn't really care, really, to be honest. I didn't want to have anything to do with the government. I was over the government. I was over the war. I was like literally just had this internal fight going on inside my brain. I had no clue what was wrong with me. And I had PTSD, and I have problems dealing with a lot of things, and I just was over the government. I guess, maybe, all this stuff happened to me, the way that it was handled. I just didn't trust the government. Not like I magically trust them now, but that's basically what happened. I mean, using this divorce reference or analogy or whatever, I divorced my VA claim right out of the gate. And what happened is I had some things listed. I didn't go to the doctor and complain a lot. So I had a few things on there. They sent a letter to my mom's house. Hey, we're going to, check out this stuff. It was a compensation and pension exam, C&P exam. Didn't know about it, didn't go to it, and then they just gave me a rating decision, claim denied because you didn't show up for your C&P exam. And I didn't even know about all this stuff until a good year after it happened. My mom's like, yeah, I got some mail for you or something. So that's how much effort I put into my relationship with my VA disability claim when I got out. Fast forward, this is 90, I got out in 91, so this is going down in 92, maybe early part of 93. No clue about, mental health, that I even had a problem at that point or that I could get compensated for the problem. I just knew that drugs and alcohol were a pretty sweet way to deal with my problems, and I was numb for a long time. I think my first time that I actually went to the VA was in 2008. That's when I showed up. And I didn't even have a ID card, so I couldn't even go anywhere. Like I go in the lobby, like, "Where's your ID card?" Don't have one. Well, you need an ID card to come in. Like that whole part was frustrating. My PTSD's getting aggravated. I'm like, see, I knew I was avoiding the government for some reason. I had my DD-214 on me, and one of those older guys that help you in the big VAs. He kind of got me squared away, and eventually, after some time, I got an ID card, and then I was finally able to get my first appointments logged at the VA. I can't remember exactly what happened. I had some sort of PTSD test. I definitely had this feeling like, there's guys, that are missing limbs and stuff, and, what am I doing in here? Even getting help, much less getting benefits. So that's one thing that you're going to have to overcome at some point. And to that, I would just say your VA disability claim has nothing to do with anybody else's. Don't You're not taking money out of somebody else's pocket or mouth or whatever. We got plenty of money in the United States. We can support like every country in the world. Get in there, build a claim, get the compensation you've earned and you deserve, and don't worry about any other veteran and their situation, because it has nothing to do with your VA disability claim. So I was finally checked out for my foot, my nasal septum, and something else. And then I stumbled over, I don't know, maybe a doctor or somebody told me about a VA claim, like, "Oh, you can get compensated for your broken foot." I was like, "Oh, really?" Like, I just didn't know. That's kind of the cool part. This is way after I got out, 15 years, something like that. So you could start anytime. And if you screw up, you could redo it. You could always come back. You can file a claim every year until the day you drop dead. So that's one of the cool parts about VA claims. Whenever you finally get it and you get the silver bullet, you can run with it and run with it hard. So I don't know exactly what happened. I stumbled into the VSO's office, launched a bunch of stuff up against the wall. I ended up with 10% for my foot. My tinnitus got denied, and then I was like, wow, that was a lot of effort. Like I had a job at the time, like, wow, going to all these appointments for an extra 110 a month or whatever it was at the time. And that was discouraging. Still didn't know about mental health at this point, really. I mean, I was starting to get a picture in my own mind, but I didn't know where it came from. I knew that I had the stressor, but I didn't know that stressors and PTSD and mental health readings, I didn't even know it was all tied together. So I think my tinnitus claim actually was appealed by my VSO. So I ended up with 10% for tinnitus and 10% for my foot. So I went back for round 2 in 2015. Now I definitely knew about my mental health problems. I started seeing a psychiatrist in 2008, and I was aware that I had depression, anxiety, sleep problems, and I went back to the VA and got with another VSO, signed the power of attorney, and hired another VSO. And he suggested submitting all my prescription things as medical evidence. So I went and got them from my shrink and submitted like 10 years of prescriptions. And you don't need to do that. It's current diagnosis, current medical evidence. But, that's another thing you learn. Don't send the VA more info than they need. But in the end, that worked out. And then I was able to get up to 60%. So I was like, oh, okay, not too bad. Then I went through marriage counseling in 2016, and I ended up getting divorced in 2017. And that's around the time when I really started taking a look at myself, like, what, I am broken. I just thought this was like a bump in the road with my ex-wife. I thought we were going to be married till I was grayer and older. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was just like a rough patch. We'd gone through a couple of them. But yeah, it ended up being a divorce. And then I moved out to the country by myself with my dog. And I had a lot of time to start, thinking about, myself. And I started doing research on PTSD and my mental health conditions, and how those were a result of my active duty service. So now I'm like, all right, now I know they are. I already have a 60% rating. I had 50 mental health, 10 for my foot. Maybe I didn't get to, I don't know where tinnitus was. I had 60 at the time. So I was essentially going for an increase because my conditions were a lot worse. I started watching Brian's videos, reading, educating myself. That's a huge part. This is your relationship with your VA disability claim. So consume this stuff however you need to consume it. Podcasts, YouTube channels, if you like reading, whatever, talking to your friends at the American Legion bar, whatever it is. However, it's good for you to get it and understand it. That's what you need to do. So I started getting educated, and within a first couple of videos of watching Brian talk, I knew, like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. Like, he's definitely speaking my language. So I heard VA Claims Insider, got with my veteran coach, and that was what I was missing. I realized that I was missing a diagnosis for PTSD. So I went to a independent medical provider and got a diagnosis, severity of symptoms, nexus, filed a claim. And I also upgraded my feet because I had plantar fasciitis, and I had good medical evidence in there from seeing a podiatrist, getting shots in my feet. I get those ortho soles once a year. I've had my feet taped up. So I understood, all right, cool. Now I'm going to submit a much better claim. Now I'm going to have a winning claim. And if I need to, I learned what the BVA is, and I knew, all right, cool. If I have to go fight this, actually, I'm not sitting on a quicksand foundation. So I ended up winning my claim, and I ended up with 100% P&T. So my battle was not over at that point. I actually have one rating at 60%, and my PTSD is at 70, and I believe it's at 100. So if you have one disability at 100 and another at 60, then you qualify for special monthly compensation S, which is another, I think it's housebound, and it's another like $400 a month. So I started thinking about going after that, but then I started realizing, you know what? It's probably going to be a little bit too hard. I know I can prove the symptoms, but just the mental anguish of doing this all over again, I just wasn't up for it. And I am happy with 100% permanent and total. And then I, really started thinking about, even though you're 100% permanent and total, if you do things like file for increases or go for special monthly compensation, they can open everything up. And I was like, it's just not worth $400 a month to me to risk opening it all up. So I'm just going to shut up and be happy. My 5-year eval, I'll be 55 at the time. So I'm probably not going to have a very hard time holding on to my 100% PNT status, but I'm going to keep doing, I keep seeking treatment, primarily mental health. Once a year, I do the podiatrist stuff. So I know what I need to do. And this is my ongoing relationship with my VA disability claim. So, you might have mental health problems, you might have migraines, you might have sleep apnea, you might have a whole host of things, and you are where you are, whatever rating you're at right now. If you, think you need to service connect something, I would look at secondary service connections as an option. They're easier to win. Versus trying to go back, 30 years to do a direct service connection. But you could do that as well. Just understand the difference between both of them, and figure out where you're at, where you want to be, and get there. This is your relationship. Once you get to where you want to be, you're going to have to maintain that disability rating. You might end up 100% scheduler, but not permanent and total. So you can come in for future medical exams. Actually, that's exactly what that means, that you will have a future medical exam. So keep that in mind. Don't just blow it off. Woohoo! Got my $3,100 a month and just disappear and don't show up to the VA anymore, because you're going to get a surprise rating reduction letter almost guaranteed. So stay engaged, right? This is the relationship with your VA disability claim. And that's, I want to just kind of frame this up as relationship and VA disability claim. Relationship and your disabilities. You have to live with them both. Treat them like a relationship. That's all I got for you today. Again, if you need help, sign up below at combatcraigwins.com, and I will see you in the next video.